Alright, it's the time. Well, you guys are been waiting for. And today we will be reviewing this roller coaster here at Magic Mountain called Goliath. Before we get started, I do want to tell you guys something really quick that I'll be making a brand new video tomorrow and I'll try to make a new intro because, some of you guys got tired of seeing that logo without any special effects and everything, but tomorrow I'll try to work hard on making a new intro. Just an intro. I will not be making an outro yet, but I'll be making an intro. I will try to make an intro, but we'll see about that. And anyways, guys, if you're here living in America, then happy Thanksgiving. And I'm thankful for my family. I don't know what you're thankful for, but whatever it is, I'm thankful for my family. However, yeah, we'll get to the video. Anyways, this coaster is about 235 feet tall, track length for 4,500 feet of track, pretty long. Average dura- average average ride and speed. The speed is 85 miles per hour. It's pretty similar to Lex Luthor's Drop of Doom, same speed. Duration 3 minutes, and the max vertical angle is 61 degrees. And it does run 3 trains with 5 cars per train. So as you can see in the picture, that's 5 trains. So Goliath is one of my favorite rides here at Magic Mountain, but not my number one. But it does look cool. I do love the first drop and the camelback hill because it really gives you airtime right there. If it like makes you get out of your seat when you enter that camelback hill before hitting the mid-course brake run. I really love that too because it's also giving you fun experience. I do love the first drop, and then you hit the tunnel right underground, and then you do go back up and do this weird bank overturn. You're flying over Hurricane Harbor, which is pretty sweet. But in roller coaster terms, yeah, G forces are really high, so I do love this ride a lot, but not my favorite. It's probably my second favorite roller coaster here at the park, and yeah, one of the best rides at the park. The color scheme, not a fan of it. It really doesn't catch really it really doesn't make me that happy, but the orange and the teal supports really pops though. It really pops because when you're in the highway you can see it, and when you're in your hotel you could still see the ride because it's very tall. I love it when it's very tall because it really makes an icon of the park, and it does seem to be one of the general public's like favorite rides. But I rode this first time I rode it's Memorial Day. Was it Memorial Day? No, it was Labor Day. I was wrong. Also for the Twisted Colossus review, I was wrong. Sorry, sorry guys. I don't remember what day was it, but it was in Labor Day when I first rode this, and gosh, this ride blows me away like hell. So much. Especially the first drop. I didn't black out when we were at the top. I was okay. But when we were in line, I was like, gosh, I was like afraid to ride this because like it was only like lap bars and I was gonna fall off the ride until my cousin like made me overcome my fears. Not because of coaster kids, it's because of my cousin. She made me overcome my fears on the roller coasters. So that's why now I became brave and also became an enthusiast. So yeah, I only get to ride this ride during the day, so I might not know how it looks like at night and experience it at night. I didn't even get to ride in the front or the back, so I only get to ride in the middle. However, Next time I visit the park, I'm gonna ride this in the front row, then I will ride in the back row. But just to take note, I don't know if I'll be able to do a point of view on most of these rides, but I will try if I get a camera one of these days. I don't know when I'm gonna get a camera, but when I get a camera, I'm sure gonna try to do an on-ride point of view, ask the manager, or just get help from my cousin and ask them for me. But I will try and see if I can do an on-ride point of view one of these days and upload them to my channel. Cause I already did one. It's you guys already know. It's at the fair. Pretty simple ride, but I want to try to like film like other rides because I want to see how people, because people like it like that when it's like a ride that they know and it's popular, and I want to do an on-ride point of view. Off-ride footages, off-ride footages. I'm having a hard time doing that because the trains are very fast and I don't have good skills on photography, so it might be a little difficult. But who knows? Things might change. I probably might do it. I probably won't. But other than that, speaking of the ride, I do like it standing next to Superman Escape from Krypton, especially while you're going up the lift. You can hear it. You can hear it screech, Superman. You can hear Superman Escape from Krypton screech while you're up the lift hill. That's one thing that it features is really nice. And also, Goliath also doesn't only feature that. It features an underground tunnel, which is pretty sweet. And I do love the airtime on this thing. It's pretty cool. The only thing I wish about this ride though is that I wish it had more airtime moments where you're getting out of your seat like floater airtime. However, it does not because due to the location and due to the space they have, so they had to work with Giovianola. Not only that, they didn't have the money to install a B&M HyperCoaster. But if it was a B&M HyperCoaster, yeah, the score might be a little higher. But but as you guys know, I mean, yeah, so this will probably get a lower score. That's why Goliath will be my second. It's not a B&M HyperCoaster. I just wish it was, but it wasn't because of Hurricane Harbor. It was in the way, so the construction workers had to deal with it. But still a good ride. Though the only part I don't like though is the bank turns and how it maneuvers all over the place, and it just whips you around out of your seat all the time and then just turns you sideways a lot. It it really doesn't look that great. It's not really that exciting. It's not really that thrilling. But I've heard before that Six Flags Magic Mountain do want to have a color scheme change on this ride. However, I do not know what colors will it be, but in the future they might repaint this too and probably give it new trains. I'm not quite sure if that's true or just something that Magic Mountain wished for, or they just can't do it right now. So one thing I would love to see is, of course, a new color scheme. Number two, I do want to say new trains on this. I just want to see a B&M Hypercoaster trains go on this ride. That would be pretty nice and will be better. However, I just don't know if they have room for that because of the station, of how they made the station. But just throw in new trains like what they did in Japan and what they did to the roller coaster Steel Dragon 2000, the one in Japan. Just same thing, B&M hypercoaster trains would be nice on this one too. I just don't know if that's possible, but if it does receive that if it does receive the new trains and new color scheme, then I think the coaster count will increase for this ride, but so far it probably decreased. So it's probably just gonna give it a lower. However, I like how the ride is tall and everything, but I just don't like the maneuvers and everything. And I do like how Magic Mountain is surrounded by trees. They did make this park hidden, so I really love that. But yeah, I'm also gonna try to ride this roller coaster at night because I haven't rode this at night, so I'm not quite sure how it feels like at night. But I can tell you guys this is still a good ride, even though I didn't ride it at night. But yeah, I like the train configuration, but the colors, they do really need to get new trains on this ride too, and get a new color scheme too, also. But also, the trains on this ride is yellow, teal, and orange. It does really pop, but when they get the new trains on Goliath, I really do hope that they can keep the same color scheme of the train, or in other words, the same colors of the train, but just change the train into wide. That would be pretty sweet. AKA B&M HyperCoaster trains would be nice. Yeah, and pretty much, yeah, the skyline pretty changed a bit, but Goliath's still there. I'm still happy that's still there. When you're going up the lift in Goliath, it does sound kind of weird. It's that clickety sound. It does sound kind of weird because most hypercoasters probably don't sound like that anymore. They probably sound probably like more better and a little different now because of the coaster industry changes. But Goliath is still kind of an old ride because it opened in 2000. It's still an old ride, but at least it's still operating. It doesn't break down a lot still, but if the ride does get very old, then maybe it will break down a lot. And but if they do upgrade this, if they do a roller coaster like redo or just refurbishment on Goliath, or just do like a or let me say this, I would want to see a Goliath restoration in the future. I would love to see Goliath get restored in the future. Added new trains, new color scheme, and I don't know about the name change, but probably the name will probably be the same. But the only thing I would want to see is new color scheme and get those new trains of Goliath and just turn the trains into B&M hypercoaster. That was my concept. I would really want to see those trains go on the track in the future. However, I don't know when that will happen. But other than that, it is a good ride. And the seats, though, do look a lot weird, and I would love them if they can change the train. So the train does look a lot compact. That's why I'm saying that they need new trains on this ride. But just taking a look at the station platform, you can see that they need to work do some work. If they were to restore this ride, they would need to work a little bit on the sides because if you put in those B&M hypercoaster trains, it's a lot bigger. So you might want to have to make make that hole bigger. So they have to right here they have to make that side a little bigger, and then the same thing with that one bigger. And then the gates, they do have to redo the gates too, push back the gates so that way they have room for the train. Or that would probably be nice to do if Magic Mountain decides to. So, however, I haven't heard any news about it yet, so I just don't know. But this is still my favorite ride, and I do want to go back on this ride. I just don't know if I will be able to sit in the front like those two boys, or in the back row, which is all the way over there. I just don't know if I will have. Remember, it's depending on the lines. Always depending on the lines, because if there's a lot of people, then a lot of people might probably take your spot already, and you can't tell them that because that's rude. You can't tell them to trade spots. That's also rude. And you can also line jump. You may also get kicked out of the park. So I just hope I can do it again next time I visit the park. Sit in front and then sit in the back row. I just don't know yet. So anyways, yeah, the ride does look good. So I will finally give this will I will finally give my final score on this ride a 9 cuz it's not that bad, but again, love the logo. I don't like the color scheme that much, and I do love the first drop, the airtime, and the bank overturn. I do love those part, but when you're in the middle of the ride, I don't really like because it really doesn't feel the way you should. I mean the excitement. I like the excitement, but I just don't like it when it does all these maneuvers and bank overturns and just because it's not really that fun for me anymore. But in other words, yeah. Remember to stay tuned for my new intro video. So, anyways, that'll be it. And I hope you enjoy this review. Comment, subscribe, and we'll see you again. Or, in other words, I'll catch you guys next time. I'll catch you guys next time here at my channel. Bye.